Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. How are you today? You're going to notice a bit of a different setup. I'm kind of sitting in a different spot. I was trying to change up my studio a little bit. It wasn't feeling like it was working really well. I'm just going to make sure I don't have a bunch of different volumes on here. And then we're good to go. There we are. Hi. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to change things up in my studio. Things didn't feel like they were working super well. For me, I feel like I was tripping over some things. I used to have my, oh my God, my dogs are barking, my screen kind of right behind me on this island that I work on. And I just didn't feel like I had enough space. Excuse me, Wilma. I didn't have enough space to work. Good morning. Good morning. You guys are like joining me as my dog started to bark. I said good morning, and then everybody kind of started to lose their minds. Anyway, so yeah, it used to just be right behind me on my big island like workspace. But that just wasn't super functional. And I know I've had it there for like a year and I kept wanting to change it, but, I finally decided I was going to change it. So this backdrop is totally different. You guys get a little bit of my layouts behind me, but then you also get this side. You also get a bunch of product as well. I do keep lots of product kind of up on my wall. Good morning. Hi. Hi, everyone. Gail, Chris, Carolyn. Oh, hi, Scott. How are you? You got a little bit of a break from work. It's nice to see you on here. Hey, Alana. How are you? So kind of just changing things up a little bit, and we'll see how this works. I'm on the desk that this is on is kind of long and skinny, but I'm in right in front of one of my big windows in here, which I actually think the lighting is really good. I didn't have to use a bunch of my artificial lights, which I hate. I am not a lighting expert. Oh, hey, Carol. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Samantha. Hi. So yeah, I just didn't have to use a bunch of my lights, which I like. I mean, you can see these lights here. I have pot lights in here, and then I have this big like bistro light. This one. I'm having a hard time pointing to it. So yeah, anyway, whatever. It's just a different view. I did clean off my island though. I wasn't going to show you my mess. I've shown you my messy floor in the past, but it's super clean right now. Like, look at it behind me. You can actually see there's like nothing. There's just a layout there. So I'm actually excited because I cleaned it all up for you guys, and now it's going to be super fun to work in. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Oh my gosh, windy Chilliwack. Is it windy over there, Denise? I will say it was windy here last night too, though we don't really have any snow left. The only snow that is left is like the piles that I shoveled off of the deck. So, yeah, lighting is great. Hey, Valerie? Yeah, I think it's really good. So I think I'm probably going to stay here. And the lighting actually that I have for the layout, I think you're going to like it as well. I felt like I was struggling a little bit in having where I was working. But this new, I think you guys are going to like this better. Yeah, oh, thanks, Tammy. Yeah, I'm super lucky to have this studio space. We worked really hard on this. I actually built this with a good friend of ours. So we built it together. Like I'm talking, took out a big sliding glass door, built a wall, raised a floor. Like we totally built this. This used to be a carport. So thank you. We worked on it. It took a lot longer than we thought it was going to because I'm not a construction worker, but I'm pretty handy. And our good friend is super handy. So him and I worked on it, and Scott helped a little bit. Sorry, Scott. But Scott was away at work a lot. But yeah, so we built it and I love it. And I'm really, really, really lucky to have this space. Yeah, well, it's funny, Jennifer, I do have obviously some stock here, but that is why we're building the new store in our shop down below on our property, which again, like I just said, this studio took way longer than I thought it was going to take, and that is actually taking a little bit longer too, but it's coming. We have a wall built. My doors, I just got a call yesterday that my doors are all in. So I just have to call my door guy and get him to install the doors. We don't do the doors because we have to actually cut an opening. We're actually installing a new exterior door as well as some interior doors. And I'm not doing that. So the raised floor was your idea, Scott. Yes, you had some brilliant ideas. You also paid for the studio, so thank you. But we built it. So, and you also did a lot of coffee runs for our friend Craig. So, you played your part. Absolutely. It's just that Craig and I built the studio. But anyway, super fun. Love that I have this space, and I cannot wait until the shop is done because all the stock that you see behind me, that's all going to go in the shop. So it'll be a retail space, and you can book appointments and come and shop in it. And then everything that's in there will still be online as well. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. That is, yeah. So new view. I like it. I hope you guys do too. I hope it works better. So oh, that's amazing, Barb. I'm so glad. I'm really glad that you're joining us. Yeah, I love these too. And you know what? I actually, because I've been doing a schedule, we've got some things going on with our son's health. And so I had to kind of start scheduling things. And unfortunately, I did have to cancel another crafty session on last Wednesday, but I am doing it this Wednesday. Sometimes things are coming up for him that I can't avoid. We're having to travel for some appointments. So, yeah, I missed our last week, but I'm happy to be here now. And then I'm coming back this Wednesday. And then this Saturday, you guys, if you have been thinking about doing the triple threat workshop, it's 3 single page layouts. It's literally going to be so much fun. We're almost done the instructions. They come out tomorrow, but it's not too late to register. So it's this coming Saturday. It's in a live Zoom classroom. So it's a private classroom. You can still purchase to get into the workshop, and you'll get the digital cut files that we're using. We're doing 3 different techniques. We're focusing on 3 different things for 3 different layouts. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be something that we're going to offer again throughout the year, and it'll be different each time. So 3 12 by 12 layouts with 3 different techniques that we're focusing on, and you do get one of our brand new cut files, which is our bundle of borders, which I'm loving. And you guys are too, because I've been seeing lots of sales come through for that border bundle. It's super fun. So we're working on that. So you can just go to the workshop section of my website and you can register for that, and you can join us on Saturday, the 27th. Yeah, Linda, I am. So the Let's Get Crafty sessions, I was doing cards every week, and I'm not predominantly a card maker. So I wanted to really change it up because there are lots of other things that I wanted to do and share with you as well. So, but I am going to add some cards in there too. It's just not going to be every time that I do the Wednesday evenings, but yes, I am. I've got some fun card projects actually that hopefully I'll get coming up here in the middle of March. Yeah, thanks, you guys. Family, you know what? Family does come first. We're not used to that. Our son's just got a few things going on that kind of came up out of the blue, shocked us a little bit, pretty serious. So, well, I shouldn't say pretty serious. It's actually very serious that we're doing. And I don't want to give away too much information because he hasn't really wanted us to share. But I do want to also let you know that is the reason why I've had to make some changes. It's not because I'm, out visiting with friends or whatever. So that's why. But thank you for understanding when I've had to change a few dates. So yeah, no problem, Linda, for sure. You know your role, Scott. That's funny. Your role is very important. Very important. I have a little checklist, so I'm checking things off because I had so many things I wanted to talk to you about. So the triple threat workshop, that's this coming Saturday. If you want to get in on it, you still can for sure. So it's on the website. I also wanted to let you know that for those of you that haven't seen the double workshop that I taught in January, I actually adapted it, filmed a video, and we are now offering that as an online workshop. So if you couldn't attend that double class, you can now purchase that and do that at home. You get a color printable that you can download and print that has all the instructions, the sketches, everything. And then there's also a process video too. So if you want to take part in that and you couldn't join us, you now can actually just purchase that as an at-home workshop. So that is on the website as well for you. Okay, I'm going through my list. Okay, so that workshop, and I've talked about the triple threat workshop. That's awesome. If you actually, and if you had purchased the pre-cut cut files in the Triple Threat workshop, those were mailed out to you guys like not last week, the week before, so probably more than 10 days ago. So I'm hopeful that you're getting them in the mail. You do need them for class. They should be there by this Friday. If not, message me and I'll give you a few alternatives that you can do in place of until your files arrive. Unfortunately, like I said, I mailed them about 2.5 weeks prior, so you should have them. But if you don't, just message me if you don't get them by Friday, and I'll give you a couple of things to kind of put in its place until those arrive. Oh, have a great day, Samantha. Thanks for stopping in. Well, thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. I do feel like I need to explain. You guys, gosh, we've spent like an entire year together. Next, like April, it's going to be a whole year that I've been doing these with you guys. And so I do want to let you know, that I'm not like flaking out on you. I'm definitely, unfortunately with the state of the world, our family circumstances are, unfortunately, they're back to the way they were last year, where Scott was literally stuck in Saudi Arabia for like almost 9 months. And unfortunately, we're back there again, with the new restrictions that Canada imposed and, all the international travel. While I don't disagree with what's being done, there were definitely some people kind of forgotten, and international Canadian workers were definitely kind of forgotten in this mix. And unfortunately, it's made it really, really difficult. So I'm batching it on my own over here. It's just me and Alex. So yeah, it just makes things a little bit tricky. So I just wanted to explain a little bit, and thank you for your patience. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate that. Oh, good, Antoinette. You got them. Excellent. Well, you know what? If you got them, that's great, because they didn't actually go much further east than you. Oh, and Lindsay, you got yours. Amazing, because I always wonder about being just a little bit south and off the kind of the big city beaten path. Melissa, you got them. Okay, good. That's great. Well, that gives me hope. Thank you for letting me know that you guys are getting them. So you should. I really got them in the mail as fast as possible and hope that you have them in time for class. I'm excited for us to work with them. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to give you, guess what? I have a winner from the last live. I didn't post it online. I drew it this morning in time to let you know. So I don't know if you're on here, Tina Benale. I think I've said your last name correctly, but Tina, you're the winner from our last posting of the last live. So every time we do our live layouts, I always let you know that you can post them on in the Facebook group, which is a great space. I love that you guys are sharing so much in there. It's so fun to go in. I try to get in there and comment on everybody's. I think I may have missed a few. I saw a few come in the last couple of days, so I'll be sure to go back and check on those. But you can post them in there. You can post your layouts on your own social media and tag Jennifer Edwardson Creative Inc. either on Facebook or on Instagram. Or you can post them in a post related to the Facebook Lives on the business Facebook page. And then you're entered in for a draw. So Tina has won a $10 coupon code for your next purchase on the website. So you'll save $10 off your next purchase. So congratulations, Tina. And that goes for everybody today as well. Once we've done this layout, you guys can start posting it, sharing it, tagging, and then you will get your name entered in the draw for the layout contest. Okay, awesome. So congratulations to Tina. What else? You didn't get yours yet. No, not an email, Jennifer, for the Triple Threat. That comes out tomorrow later in the day. We're still putting the finishing touches on the kit instructions booklet. That'll come out tomorrow afternoon. We were talking about anyone that purchased the Triple Threat workshop with the pre-cut digital files, so those that don't have a digital cutting machine. That's what we were talking about. So you haven't missed anything, Jennifer. No, you're all good. Oh, hey, Susan from sunny Eastern Washington. That's nice to know. Welcome. It is a little bit sunny here. It's actually really funny. This window, the front of my house, is cloudy, and the back of my house is actually sunny. So we're enjoying a little bit of sun today too. Awesome. Carolyn, no, you should have gotten yours. So I will reach out to you after class and figure out where yours are. The good thing is you are close enough that we can probably rectify that before class. Okay. Talking about cut files, those of you that haven't seen them, make sure you go on the website. Did you guys see the stories that I posted? I put up a little question box the other day and I tried to answer as many questions as I possibly could. So I did answer quite a few of them, and one of them was about cut files. It was about, why am I talking about cut files so much, or focusing about cut files so much? I'm trying to balance it out. It's just that we're really trying to offer you some really fun files to add to everything else, and things that kind of work really well with the kits that we have come out with and the kits that I have planned. So we've got lots of cut files in the works as well. So I'm not trying to focus on them too much. I do just want to let you know that they're there. Obviously, it's a new addition for our little company, and we're just really excited to add something new for you to purchase when you come to the shop, that you've got lots of different things to choose from. So I hope that you've had a chance to look at those new cut files. I really love the bundles. They're really fun. Oh, hey, Anna. Hey, Sandra. How are you? So yeah, that's for the cut files. If you don't have a cutting machine, there are options that we will do pre-cut for you, and we'll mail those out. So you can always keep that in mind as well. And then the other thing I wanted to mention really quick was new product. So you guys, I've been ordering like crazy. Seriously, like so much product is on its way. I was saying the other day, I think I have 10 new kits planned to come out between now and May. So that's a lot. There are some delays with some of the product, and it's not just with my business, it's everybody's. It's just product coming in from manufacturers. It's delayed coming to the manufacturer, and then it's delayed coming to us. So, but I just got notification that I do have 2 companies that have already shipped to me. So I'm hoping to receive that this week. So you guys should see a couple of at least 2 new kits, probably within the next 10-ish days. So that's exciting. Keep watching. You know I'll post and everything when that comes up. So anyway, yes, Anna, and cut files are a new trend. You know what? They have been around for a lot of years, but now people are really getting, a lot of people are getting electronic cutting machines. So for a while there, a lot of people didn't have them, and it was just kind of like spotty. Some people would have them, some people wouldn't. But now they're just kind of mainstream, and so many of us have them. And honestly, being able to design cut files for scrapbooking, because obviously scrapbooking layouts is the main part of my business, is the main part of what I do. I am so hyper focused on getting photos into albums and getting your stories in there. That's really, really what I focus on with my business, and what I always have focused on. So the cut files that we design really are for you to include in your layouts. You can absolutely size them down. You can use them in traveler's notebooks, 8.5 by 11 albums, 6 by 6 albums, 8 by 8. You can even size some of them down for cards. I've shown you guys some ideas for that as well. But the ideas behind the majority of our cut files are to get them into your layouts to help you get your stories told. So that's kind of where our thoughts are with the cut files that we're designing. So fun to use. Absolutely. So speaking of cut files and speaking of layouts and scrapbooking, let's get scrapbooking. I have a really fun layout to share with you. So I'm just going to switch the camera over so that you guys can see this. I'm going to move over. Again, I'm quite liking this little setup I've got here. So I think that this light is really good for you guys. It looks good on my end. I hope it looks good on your end. What is that, Lisa? You heard a story yesterday about with a... Oh my God, that's hilarious. So funny. I hope that's not true, that story. But anyway, so this is the layout that I'm sharing with you today. You know, I mentioned when I posted this sketch the other day, we did do a really great layout in the fall with triangles. They were quite a bit bigger than this, but I love the shape. I think the shape is amazing, and you can do so many fun things with it. So this is the layout that I did with my big large triangles. So it's a half page, and then smaller triangles to build this really pretty border right across the diagonal here. And I had also mentioned too that you could also, okay, I'm reading your comments. Are you telling me that that's true? A boat with, like, that it actually sunk? Really, you guys? Okay, that is sad, actually. But I feel really bad for the people that were on the boat. I hope that they were okay. And so maybe that will delay your orders even more because you never know whose manufacturer that was. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's a terrible story. Anyway, so the layout. So we've got, like I said, great way to use triangles. The one we did in the fall where we built that beautiful half-page border on cardstock and then added it to our base. This one we're building right on top of our base. And I had mentioned the other day you could use this in so many ways. So this is how I've done it here, obviously. But so easy, you guys, to rotate it this way. And then if you wanted to do it this way, you could totally do it that way. And if you wanted to do it this way, it works in every direction. So no matter how you want to use this this sketch and use these triangles, this works. So you guys can decide which direction you want to put it in. I'm going to make one with you today. I did do a lot of prep. So I did all my sanding. You guys don't have to watch me sand or listen to me sand. But everything is already cut. I'm going to do it with you and show you how I put it together. Oh, thank you guys. Thanks, Lindsay. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, so back to talking a little bit about cut files. I did use part of our new cloud bundle on this layout, which I freaking love, you guys. It is such a cool bundle. I'm actually just going to grab, I think I've got some of the rest of the pieces cut. And it's seriously, it's so cute. It comes with some solid clouds as well, which I love. So you've also got you got some solid pieces here, which are really fun. But you know what else is really cool? Actually, this is probably my favorite cloud. Well, I don't know whether it's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's the little heart cut out. So you can flip it this way so the heart's on the right, or you can flip it so the heart's on the left. And then always keep the heart because you can use that on your layout. And then this is a really fun one where you can back it if you wanted to do some different pattern papers in here. That's a really fun one. Obviously the ones that are here, this is a two-piece, it looks like a two-piece, but it's one. So that's really fun. But then this is really cool. This comes in the bundle too. So it's your rainbow with your clouds at the bottom. So that's a really great bundle if you guys like clouds. So I used a few of them on here and then raised them up. I think you guys can see the detail there. So I love that. And that's just a really nice addition to kind of put something up in here rather than just using tags or ephemera. I do sand the edges of a lot of my photos, not always, but I definitely did on here, and I sanded the edges of my mat. So my mat is actually a double dot cardstock, but it has a white core. So I did sand the edge of the cardstock, and then I also sanded the edges of the photos as well. Oh, yeah, honestly, Cynthia, yeah, the cloud bundle is honestly, it's so awesome. It's probably one of my favorite cut files that we've designed so far. So I really love it. It's just something that you can use forever and ever. You're going to use it on all kinds of different projects for sure. And again, because you can size it down, you can use it in lots of different sized projects. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. And I'm going to bring in my cardstock. Let's get started. So I'm going to use a black cardstock for this base. This is actually going to be another layout of Alex skiing. And here is my diagonal triangle. So here's the thing. This is a 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper. Okay. And it is cut on the diagonal from your top left corner to your bottom right corner. Okay. So now here's the thing with cutting this. This is not going to fit into your regular 12-inch trimmer. Sorry, I'm stepping away to grab a trimmer here for a second. So that is not, obviously, that you can't fit your paper in this way. So how you cut this, if you have a large, like one of the extra large guillotines, which I do, you can cut it on the diagonal this way. If you don't, you can do it two other ways that I find super, super easy. You can go ahead and you can simply fold. I'm actually not going to do it. I don't want to do it on this one, but you can fold your paper corner to corner, press it flat, and then you can use your finger knife or your craft knife. So I use these, I don't even know if Fiskars makes these anymore, but just your craft knife and cut along with a ruler, okay? Or you can just go ahead, which is what I did. I actually just went ahead and I used I have like a long yardstick, like one of these, that I use for a million things. And I just went corner to corner on my pattern paper, held it nice and tight, took my finger knife, and when I'm cutting against an edge, you guys, so you can do this against a metal edge, you could do it if you have a metal ruler. I mean, there's all different things you can use, but just go corner to corner, holding tight. But when I do this, I always lean my blade a little bit in. So I push down, but I lean my blade just a little bit into whatever I'm using as my guard, or what I'm using as my piece to cut against. If you kind of lean out, sometimes your blade can slip. So I always go right in the corner, I push down with even pressure, and I just lean my blade just against the edge of whatever I'm using as my guide. Okay? So go ahead and just get your paper cut corner to corner, however you go to do it. Those are three easy ways to go ahead and cut your paper corner to corner. That's going to be your first one. I did sand the edges of my triangle, but that's just me, you guys. You don't have to unless it's your thing. It's my thing. Lindsay, yes, I saw that you got a Cricut. I was so excited for you. Yeah, you've got to get it going. You know what? The Cricut is the easiest one, I think, out of all of them, kind of like out of the box to just get it started. So once you sit down, honestly, I think you'll probably be cutting within about an hour. It doesn't take long to get that Cricut up and running and get yourself cutting. So once you sit down with the time, have a little bit of time, you'll definitely get going for sure. And I know you're going to love it. You and your mom are going to get a lot of use out of it, I think, for your projects. For sure. I'm excited for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my cardstock. I'm going to go in the same corner for this because my two layouts are not going in the same album, so I'm not worried about having two of the same design in the same album. I'm going to go ahead and just use glue, my liquid glue. I'm going paper to paper, so I'm not worried. You guys know how I feel about liquid glue on photos. It's not ideal. Just because you don't know always the thickness or the type of paper that your photo has been printed on. So liquid glue can sometimes cause lines to show through where you've put the glue on the front of your photo. So just always use your tape runner for your photos is my rule of thumb. But when you're going paper to paper, you can go ahead and use glue. And you know how I feel also about this glue, my Dry as Clear. So you can tell, like, look at how worn this is getting because I literally use it every day and then I just refill it. And I think you guys saw, I posted it on my social media, but my big, huge jug, it's a gallon jug refill. You can special order that, but I do have the smaller refills available as well on the website. So that way you can just use your 2 or your 4 ounce because they're easy to keep in your hand. They both fit the metal tip and then you can just refill them. Okay, this is where I'm at. Triangle on the bottom left or wherever you want to make this work if you want depending on which way you want your layout. Okay, so that is where I'm starting. Okay, so then you want to get into your smaller triangles. So these little guys, so I pre-cut and pre-sanded, so you don't have to worry about that with me. So these guys here, what I did was I cut a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square of all of the different pattern papers. So you could use 2 patterns, you could use 6 patterns, you could use 10 patterns. It doesn't matter how many patterns you want to use. I think in here, I might even have 8 different patterns. But 1.5 by 1.5 inch square, and then you're going to cut them on the diagonal. And that's how you're going to make your triangles. Okay. So I'm not actually entirely sure how many I have here, but let's do a quick count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 15 triangles, ladies. So once you've got your triangles cut, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start in one corner and you're going to just start paper piecing. And you're going to put them all down. I put everything down first the way that I want it. Make sure that I'm getting my patterns in an order that I like, and then I adhere. So it's the same as everything. Whenever I do any kind of paper piecing, any kind of grids, anything like that. I always lay everything out first, and then I start one at a time putting everything in its place. So with this size, at 1.5 by 1.5 cut in on the diagonal, you're going to start beautifully in the one corner. When you get to the top, you are going to have, it's about 1/4 of an inch that you're going to have left over at the top, and you're just going to cut that off with your scissors or your finger knife, whichever, your craft knife, right at the top there. So knowing that, if you want it at the top, great, or if you want it at the bottom, that's totally fine. So just knowing that on either end, whichever end you want it to be on, you're just going to have that little bit of a straight edge where this triangle is going to look a little bit smaller, okay? So just keep that in mind, whether you want that at the top or the bottom. Again, when the layout's complete, it's not something that you notice that's like alarmingly glaring at you, that you've got this little spot that's a little bit smaller. Okay, so just keep that in mind and just start laying all your triangles out. Denise, you need a large tape runner. You're always running out. Yeah, no, I've got some great adhesives on the website, Denise. There's a couple of really great options too for a larger tape runner. The glue I love, like I use, when it's just paper to paper, I use the glue all the time. And my tape runners are for photos, mainly. So it's pretty common for me to just use my glue probably about 80% of the time, and then I just use the tape runner for my photos. But there are some great options on the website. You can go and have a look on there. So I'm just laying all these out. So get your guys cut, and this guy in here, and then I think here, and I'm just gonna have a little peek and see if I like where I have everything, and I think it's pretty good. So when I'm doing things like this, and I know I've talked about it before, when we did our little 1-inch squares, when I'm putting all kinds of different patterns on here, things that I look for at the end are balance wise. My yellows aren't too close. I've got 3 of this plaid. They're spaced out really well. I've got 2 of this plaid. That's spaced out really well. These blues, the red, the oranges, my stars. So everything is spaced out really quite well. Nothing is side by side. And again, that becomes a real that's a personality thing and a personal choice. My personality, it would bug me if I had some of those too close together. But for you, you might not, and that's great. It really does become a personal choice. But I also know that there are lots of you out there that really like to have them spaced out as well. So that just becomes something that you need to decide as you are laying your pieces out. Oh my God, Anna, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, you know what? The type A and me, I'm pretty on top of those kinds of things, but I won't do that. I'm not going to start in the middle, because here's another thing. I also know on this one, I'm going to cover up part of my triangles as well, but that's so cute. You know what? You definitely could start in the middle and lose 1/8 of an inch on either end, because that's what you'd be cutting off. That's so cute. Your husband, Diane, he cut the tip of your glitter glue off? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yes, you're going to have to reorder and not let him near that one. Oh my goodness, I would be so upset. Oh, crazy. Husbands. Okay, I'm going to start sticking these guys down. So this is a perfect spot for this glue because I barely need any, and I'm just going to do a little bit of glue, and then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start in this corner. I am going to grab my little tweezers though, because I feel like I have way better control when I'm sticking them down than with my big fumbly fingers. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start sticking these guys down. And I do love, I just like, especially when I'm doing a lot of pattern paper side by side or layered, I love the look of separation that the sanding gives me. So these are going side by side, but with that little nice white border there, it just really separates them. And for me, I really like that a lot. But again, it's just a personal thing, whatever you love or the look you want. And I don't sand everything, you guys. Like I don't. There are definitely lots of pages where I don't get too crazy about the sanding. So like I said, 1.5 by 1.5. Cut these on the diagonal. Sand them if you like, or ink them. I know lots of you are inky girls. You like to get your inks on the edges of everything. So sand or ink, whatever you like. And then you've got 15 squares, or 15 triangles, sorry. 15 triangles, and then just get them laid out in the design that you like. I'm going to get all these glued down here. And it's just an easy, like I said, it's just an easy technique. It's something that's a really great way to use up little bits. It's a really fun way to get all the different patterns from a collection onto a page. You know, these collections are being designed with so many beautiful pattern papers to choose from. So this is a really fun way to get to use a little bit of a lot of patterns on one page and still have it look beautiful and not be too overwhelming, which is really nice because you can definitely, you can get too many patterns on a paper or on a page, and have it not, you know, have your photos not be the focus, which is not the goal, right? We still want our beautiful, creative, artsy pages that we're making, but we still want to focus on the photos and the story, right? So this is a fun way to be able to do it, and it's not too overpowering. So almost done putting these guys down. How are you guys doing? Those of you that are crafting along with me, you're getting them all cut and ready to go. Yeah, you know what, Carolyn? I've been sanding for so long. Oh my gosh. I have been sanding. I don't even remember. Probably, I mean, I started my first company in 2006, and I think I was sanding probably pretty much right about then. Oh, Anna, to sand my edges. So I'm going to show you, actually, as soon as I get this piece of paper with glue out of my hand. A lot of manufacturers, there were actually a lot of different sanding blocks on the market at one point. Not so many anymore. I know Tim Holtz at Ranger has one. I am using some Coordinations ones, but here's the thing. Coordinations cardstock, I was on their design team for a bunch of years, and I was given many of the sanding blocks. So I still have a few, and that's what I'm using. So it's just like this. It's like Coordinations. It's like a foam block, and then it has Velcro sanding paper that I put on. So that's what I use. But I've also, can you guys see that actually? I feel like there's like a huge delay. Are you seeing the sanding block, you guys? Can you guys let me know? Can somebody tell me if you see the sanding block sitting on the layout? Because I am not seeing it, and I'm a little concerned that you, for some reason, aren't seeing it. Let me just... Okay, you're not seeing it. Okay, are you seeing me? Can you see me now? No sanding block. So, okay, so now can you see me? Because I've switched the screens. You don't see the block. Okay, but you're seeing me? Yeah, it's looking like it's frozen. Okay, so you see me. Hi? Yes? Okay, you see me, but you didn't see the... Okay, so that's super strange. Okay, so I'm going to go back. It's not showing... Okay, hi. Okay, good. I'm glad you can see me. Super strange that... Here, I'm going to try this again. Yeah, it's totally frozen. Oh my goodness, that's so bizarre. I can't see it either. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's crazy. We were right in the middle of doing some great scrapbooking there. What the heck? Okay, well, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to see. That's super weird because I'm seeing it, but it is totally, totally frozen. Oh dear. Technology, you guys. It's always something. Okay, so I'm going to put you on me, and you're going to not see me completely for a second. And I'm going to remove this camera, and I'm going to try linking it again. So just give me 2 seconds. And I'm going to step aside. At least you can look at my my clean room behind me. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, technology is such a pain sometimes. Oh my goodness. I'll glue and hold it up like old school. Yeah, like when we first started. Okay, can you see it now? I'm going to see, you should be able to see the sanding block and my hand, maybe. Let's see if that did anything. It worked? You guys can see my hand moving, holding a sanding block? Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so funny. Yay, okay, all right. Look at me troubleshooting in the middle of class. Oh my goodness. How impressed are you? I'm fairly impressed. Oh my goodness. Okay, back to the sanding block. Okay, this is the sanding block that I use. But like I said, it's old school. I don't even think they sell these anymore, to be honest with you. But you know what lots of people use? Actually, I saw this question. I think I saw it in our Facebook group, and I hadn't had a chance to respond, and I feel like somebody responded talking about emery boards. So yes, you can totally, oh good, thanks guys. Okay, we're back in action. So I know lots of ladies just use emery boards, like nail files. So you can use whatever you like. For me, it's not even so much what type of sanding block or emery board or whatever that you use, but it's the way you use it. So for me, I always go to the edge of something like this, like a craft mat, or depending on, you're very impressed. Yay. Thanks, guys. All the pats on the back. Yes, I know. I feel really proud of myself. Thank you. So it's not necessarily what you're using for your sanding paper or sanding block, but how you're using it. So at the edge of something, always like at the edge of your craft mat, or depending on what kind of a table you work on. For me, the trick is always having your edge of your paper against the edge of something that isn't going to get ruined, and holding your sanding block or emery board or whatever flat, but holding the block at a bit of an angle and pulling down. So the goal is to try to pull the color off, because your pattern paper is white core, right? So it's just that you want to gently pull it off. So lots of ladies will hold their paper up and they'll do it on their fingers. I don't love doing it that way. I feel like you don't get something very even. And also it starts to hurt after a while. You're sanding your fingers. So I just always go to the edge of my craft mat or the edge of a craft table, something that you're not going to ruin, and just holding it at that angle and thinking about pulling down and pulling the color off of the paper. So I hope that helps. Okay. Oh, great. Yeah, a block at the dollar store. Honestly, like that's the thing. Like it doesn't even really matter. Just some kind of a sanding block or emery board or nail file, or yes, stolen from your husband's tool chest. Absolutely. So I think too, and Anna, so yeah, like when if you're going to use an emery board or a nail file, you know how one side is rougher than the other? I would not use the super rough side, because that will actually like tear your paper. So just be careful about that. So at an angle, at the edge of like a craft mat, and not the super rough side of the emery board. Yeah, and you'll figure out your own way of doing it. I just find that if you use rough edges or if you pull, sometimes you're ripping your paper. So it just depends on the look that you want. So for me, I like this really like consistent, defined edge. And so that's how I do it. So I hope that helps. Exactly. You could start a criminal career if you started sanding off on all your fingers. Absolutely. I don't have time for that in my life. I got enough on my plate. Okay, so see how I was talking about this at the edge? is like that 1/4 of an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use my little ruler here. I've just got a little Cricut one. I'm going to put that right at the edge of my cardstock. I've got my finger knife. I'm going to hold really tight. I'm going to lean into my ruler, and I'm just going to pull off. As I get to the end, it starts to move, so I want to just hold that with my finger. You could just use scissors too, guys. I don't have a very steady hand for that kind of thing, for a straight edge. So now, because I had sanded all the rest of these pieces, all I want to do now is I just want to take my sanding block, and I'm going to just take this edge off here. I'm just going to come to the edge of my table, and then that way it just matches. So there. Okay. So Anna, if that's you, you'll just be taking 1/8 of an inch off the top and the bottom. And then you'll be nice and even. Okay, so there we go. There's our border. So however you want to go, oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you betcha. Oh, you know what? Now, I'm probably going to say your name wrong. Is it Manja or Manya? I believe it was you actually that I think you asked the question in the Facebook group. So good. I'm so glad that we got a chance to talk about that today. I hope that helped. Okay, so then the next thing we want to do is start bringing in our photos. So I had also mentioned that the layout would accommodate different sized photos really easily. This is a 3.5 by 4.5, so my mat is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then this one is a 3 by 4, so 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 sized mat. But the layout will accommodate so many different sized photos. So whatever you want to work with, and if you want more than just the 2 photos, you still have room for that as well. You could have put a little 2 by 2 up in here, a little 2 by 2 up in here. I'm actually working with a 4 by 6 on the layout that we're building today. So, and I also am using some new cut files. This is obviously using a boy collection, and this is a layout that's going to be about Alex and skiing. So I did use our brand new boy bundle of cut files. So I did prep these already. So the boy bundle is super cute, and it comes with a couple of frames. So this is one frame for a 4 by 6, and it has these 2 star cutouts. So I backed the stars already, and I put my 4 by 6 photo in the back. I'm going to wear, I've already put my 3 foam. That one's going to be raised. And then it comes with this little 3 by 4 photo frame as well. So I cut this bundle out in white cardstock, but you can cut it out in any color. It probably would have looked really cool in a blue or a gray even. And then the paper, there was a star pattern paper. So I actually just made it so that the piece that I traced was a star. So I'm going to put those 2. So this is with a larger, so again, a 4 by 6 and a 3 by 4 versus the 3.5 by 4.5 and 3 by 4. So you can do whatever you like there. Yeah, super fun frames. I really, really love this little bundle. It comes with a bunch of words. So if you have a teenage boy right now, this is a word you're probably hearing in your house a lot. If it's cool, it's sick. If it's yummy, it's sick. If it's awesome, it's sick. And it took me a while to kind of figure out what exactly the language that we were learning was, but sick is apparently a cool word. So that was one of the words that's in the bundle as well. And there are, I think 4 words in the bundle. And the way that we designed them with the font that we used, you can use the negative cutout pieces. So you'll get this that you can back, but then you also get the letters as well that you could use on something else too. So I did back that already. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about briefly today, which I'm going to show you in a second on this layout, is our new printable. So I wanted to show it to you really quick right before I bring out the pieces because I'm using some of it on this layout. So we designed this fun new printable for you. Our basics printable was literally one of our most popular printables. You can download it I think you can print it out like 25 times or something, but you guys can just save it to your computer and then you can print it out 1,000 times. It's just that the software that we use allows you to download it that many times. So you can use it over and over and over again. You can print it out on any color cardstock you want. I like a smooth white for mine. Do check your print settings. I use a fine detailed print setting, so I don't just use like a general as if I'm just printing out a piece of text. So just check your print settings when you go, and there's tips on the website. So if you've never bought one of our printables before or downloaded one of our free printables, you just go to the website, click on digital, they'll give you a drop down, you can click printables, and then this one is right there. And then there's, I believe, 25 or 26 printables now in the collection. So we've got lots for you to choose from. But this one is our newest. So this one's Basics 2. We loved our Basics. And then this is our next one. So these guys here, they're a little bit wider. I love the size of them. I found like something a little bigger was sometimes too big, but a 3x4 wasn't big enough. So these guys here are 3.5 by 5. So we did the horizontal and the vertical. And then we did a nice thin little strip, which is really fun underneath on the, like you could do it like in the center of a layout. I love this arrow with the journal lines on it. And then you've got a few circles you can punch out. And then I'm using these today on this, like to who, what, when, where. So that is free until tonight. Free until tonight. So you can go to my website, click on printables, and you can download this for free until tonight. And then it goes on sale. So if you want it for free, go get it before tonight. Okay? Sick. Yes. So fire. Fire is another one. I think you get fire, actually. I'm just going to quickly peek because I feel like, what did we put in there? We put sick, rad, bro, and you also, like, when you cut them out, you get the pieces, like the little piece in the R and the A and the D and the B's. Fire. Yeah, there we go. We did all of these, and then some stars. So this bundle is so freaking cute, you guys. So sick, rad, bro, fire, the frames, and then you've got all the little star cutouts as well. So super fun. Hey, Jennifer, you were shopping with your son. He said it was sick. It's so true. Like some of the words that these kids are using, and they're hilarious. Like, and you listen to them talk and I'm like, oh my God, you guys, it's like literally a totally new language. So we just thought that this bundle was so fun. I really loved designing this one. And I actually even asked Alex a couple of times. I'm like, okay, so what? And how do you spell that? Like, I just want to make sure, because God, I mean, they say sick, but what if they didn't like spell it like sick? So I didn't know. But anyway, this bundle is super cute. So I'm loving how it's coming together. So this is how this is kind of my plan. I've got my who, what, my when, and my where. And I put these in the printer or in the my typewriter, you guys. You know how I love my typewriter. So I went and put these little guys, I cut them out first. And then I put them in and I did my little typing, and then I added some of the words from the sticker sheet from this collection. So I really love how this is all kind of coming together. But like I said, the layout, it accommodates different sized photos so easily. And then you've got a really great space up here for some title and some journaling. So these are all ready. I'm just going to go ahead and add these on here. And then I've got 2 more layouts done, you guys. I love scrapbooking with you because I get so much done. It's so nice for me as well. I'm going to put this guy kind of with my point. The fun thing too about having layout or papers that have like lines and grids and things. So now I've got my triangle kind of right in the center of this triangle. I'm going to overlap this one slightly. I'm just going to take my little backings off of my 3D foam, so that I get a little dimension in there. So like I said, these ones are a little bit larger for photos, and then there were the sizes that were on the sketch for the other one. But whatever works for you. Anna, you wouldn't rely on their spelling skills. That's funny. Well, I didn't want to get it wrong. I was like, oh my gosh, especially when I'm making the cut files. Oh my gosh, Andy. Okay, so that's funny. I don't know what girls are saying these days because our daughter's older. So she's 20 and she talks like a normal human. And I swear teenagers just don't. So you're going to have to send me what the girls do and we'll make the girl one to match. So you got all of you that have teenage girls right now, send me what the girls do and we'll design a girl one because I don't have a clue. No, Emma talks like we do now. So she's grown past all of that, which is so funny. But our conversations consist of 90% horse conversations. So Everything in her world is all about horses. It's either horses or university, one or the other, but since they're not in university, the conversation is generally horses. Okay, that guy's going up there. So I raised that one up too. And then these ones I'm going to adhere all flat. I'm just going to put some Easy Runner on the back of these guys. And stick these ones down. And then I think I might add a few little enamel dots in here. And I'm just going to do these kind of all offset. And then this one will be done. Yes, absolutely. Tell me, and you guys can tell me what we need to say for the girls, for sure. It'll be so funny. Because I'm always, and it's so funny because obviously, whenever you craft or whatever, it's so easy to make beautiful things for girls. I find girls so easy, but the boy product is always tougher to find. So we wanted to do boy right away. And, but yeah, no, for sure we'll add a girl one. And there, that's it. I'll probably add a few little enamel dots in here. Just gets a few little bits in here. I might add some white faux stitching in this corner. This one I had done a little bit of black faux stitching just to kind of pull that all together in that top corner. And there's some enamel dots mixed in throughout here. But yeah, there, that's it. Done. 2 layouts. Same design. Look totally different. You're going to be in 2 different albums. Using some fun new cut files. Using our new free printable. Free until tonight. You can go and collect that printable. And yeah, they're done. Bob's your uncle. I feel like somebody said that there's like an actual, when you say Bob's your uncle, I think it's Fanny's your aunt or something. Okay, here we are. Classic. That layout is sick. You're so funny. That's so cute. I'm totally moving my table. There's like some shaking and rocking. I'm sorry. Epic. Yeah, Epic is a good one. That one gets said quite a bit. Rad gets said a lot, which Rad is so funny because Rad's been around for forever. I mean, that was one of the big words that was used when I was in high school. But yeah, anyway. Carolyn, no, she's not taking vet related. No, she definitely has her riding career, but she is actually going into psychology. She wants to be a psychologist, and she's got a lot of school years left ahead of her. She wants to go all the way through and get her PhD. So she's loving what she's taking. She's just about done her 2nd year, and yeah, no, so not vet related. She'll keep her riding career separate, and then she will do her psychology career to pay for her riding. So, because one of these days we're not going to pay for the horses. That's the goal. That's the goal. Except for the babies. I love the babies. I love having baby horses. So, and I actually wanted to breed again this year, and she said no. She was like, we have too many horses right now, which is really funny for a kid to say, but you can only take care of so many at a time. 13, that's fair. Oh, that's cute, Amanda. I wouldn't have known. That's fair. Yeah, no, I love that. So fun. Well, yes, definitely send me your girl ideas and we'll get them in our next batch of cut files for sure. Well, thank you guys. I hope you had fun today. I had fun. Thank you so much for joining me. You'll have to let me know, Sherry, yeah, I know. You know what? It's funny. I actually was talking to her about you. She's loving it. Like literally, I mean, she decided what her major was going to be 2 months into her first year. She loves it so much. She's a great girl. She's the one that all her friends always go to talk to, and that's always been the way. So we'll see how it goes, but she's loving it. Really, really loves what she's taking. And so far she's been able to balance it with a completely full-time riding career. So we'll see how that goes. She's a very busy kiddo. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Naomi. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you like the new view. I think I might keep it. Love working in front of the window. I think that was really awesome. So remember take your photos of your projects, post them, tag us, and you'll be entered into the next layout draw. And if you want to get in on our workshop for this coming Saturday, the Triple Threat workshop, that is still available. You can still purchase to get into that workshop, which will be really fun. And then I've also got my Let's Get Crafty live on Wednesday night, and I'm going to be doing some work with Heidi Swap foil and the Mink machine. So that's going to be really, really fun as well. I'm excited to share that with you too. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. We'll see you guys all soon for sure. And like I said, get that printable for free before it goes on for sale. Okay, get that for today. Oh, you're welcome, Adele. Yeah, you betcha. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Okay, bye.